the visuals on the screen as well. This is the final of Matol's winner takes all 12. And this is the best of 5 series, so you need 3 wins. For those of you who are just joining, maybe I'll remind that we are playing till one of the players gets 3 wins. So let's go, and we do see Skellige warriors fighting against Henry Nilfgaard. The Marigans bring, or maybe the draws already bring double Warlord into PepeSmile's hand. He's happy about that carryover. Increasing all the raids damage. Also found Vabjorn there, so yeah, he always will be getting that carryover. A mask brings Seagull in hand. Theoretically, yeah, you might discard that, as majority of your hand is pretty playable at the moment, or needs to have the targets in the graveyard for later.
Trample them into the mud.
This armor's a bit annoying because I have a feeling PepeSmile is wanting to set up this abordage. You can just keep getting more warlords together, get a bit more damage on your raids. So yeah, abordage is 4 damage now. Could have knocked off a bit of armor, but Bloodthirst is getting removed by this emissary. And there's only so many pirates in this list for the abordages to get value on.
Yeah, a bit surprised that Raider was clicked immediately, but well, not too many targets as you said to set it up anyway. On the other hand, there is the Brockwar Warrior. All the Bloodthirst you need for Nilfgaard is available to you. Please. Okay, so Pepe is ahead, doesn't want. This is the second time today we're witnessing heavy cavalry just being like, okay, what do I do, boss? What do I do? And the answer is not much. You get a teammate, I guess, but nothing to hit.
So, heavy cavalry late to the party yet again, but look, still going to be happy with the round control here for one more time. And with the Culvi being played already, you know these draws are going to be absolutely perfect. Now, Warriors is a deck that has a lot of cards with the Veteran tag. You sometimes want to bleed them a bit in the round 2 when their units are perhaps a little bit weaker. But a Nilfgaard list with Ramon and Nausicaa in hand tends to struggle a bit more bleeding when those cards aren't really so playable.
Yeah, also worth noting that in round 1 the Slave Driver was sacrificed to win the round, so takes a little bit of the Nausicaa Ramon power level, or potentially Illusionist into one of the warriors.
No insult.
If we are spamming that, but at the moment one more establishes Masha Truffle and sees where to go from there. Probably can still try to sneak Rune Mage, but it becomes awkward if Pepe combines something like Vabjorn into Bloody, like you don't know what exactly is in hand. Vabjorn into some bigger play, then you are sitting there and asking yourself, why did I play any further into this round? Should have been happy with my carryover. So yeah, And on this, considerations end, and one more passes. So buffed up rates, Aberdash dealing 5 damage, sometimes problematic because the card works nicely when you're setting up Blatters too with it, like having only one target, but yeah. Shouldn't be a problem with Patricidal Fury and leader charges, but in general, that's a lot of damage coming from each and every raid. A few cards that are missing at the moment.
Yeah, it might be a bit late for this Drake Bondu to get much done, especially if you want to actually get these abordages played. But still goes for the Drake Bondu. I guess these abordages are strong enough that even if they're not pulling the most value, they're fine. But look, you have the Uncreate Raiders in hand, you can use the tier to get another pirate in hand for the second abordage to be online, or just discard the second abordage with the tier 2. Okay. So, what is your answer for tier here for one more time when it does come out? Do you use your leader Vanamar combo, since tier is pretty high base power and it does have a valid effect for you if you're able to say Lydia into War of Clans?
Might be a good approach.
Experiment Remedy.
Pretty influential card. Although, okay, there is an 8 and it was only a 9, so not the biggest difference. What do we have for the Reses? Fuku, Harald, and War of Clans, so you need 3. You have 4 targets. We can live with that.
I have a feeling Pepe was originally going for Blood Eagle this turn and then changed their mind to go for the abordage instead. Because otherwise you would only play one leader. But
beautiful is of fear, but of dangers full.
Okay, so Dragbund, who you claim to be like not influential, actually beats Radea. Look, just like that. Nice to see those little cards sometimes being like, nah, it's doing too much damage. I'll better deal with it.
I was more so saying that because there weren't any bronze warriors remaining in deck. But yeah, no, the order is still pretty impactful when you have stuff like tier that can double up on the value, which we will see right now.
Okay, so we have one War of Clans, making Invader not the best target for the tier shenanigans. So yeah, the Raider goes in hand. There is still 2 resin cards. I guess depends on the abordage pool. Do we even get to see your Harald? There is no tutor anymore, yeah. The Blood Eagle is gone. So as you promoted, this is what's happening. One more, just calling this tier an imposter and creating a 1 true tier on his side of the board. Okay, a little bit play around Bloodthirst, but at the same time, was there a real necessity to protect Nausicaa? You don't have a slave driver so that you have to save it anyway.
If anything, you kinda want your Nausicaa to get killed here, because then you can resurrect it with a Lydia Interphrase Blessing. I mean, you can still resurrect, replay the Slave Driver here as well. And it'll get boosted by 3 from the tier.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. No Harald in this match. He didn't feel like coming out to play.
Wait.
Tis merely an illusion, though granted, strong and skillfully imposed.
Skillfully imposed. Lemon calls out the plays just before they happen. One more time. There we go. Slave Driver tier synergy is not the most obvious one. Oh, like you don't really see tier buff in slave drivers usually.
Wait. So, okay. So still sitting on Vanamar here. We have Vilgefortz, which can hit this 18 power Raiders, get rid of it. And there's no bronze unit left in PepeSmile's deck, so that Vilgefortz has no downside. There's also this Shupe, which I don't know what this Shupe is going to do at this point. You actually could have done some Shupe Mage transform the rightmost card shenanigans after the tier got played. But
okay, that's not a bad point. Like, one more doesn't know that his mentor is playing for 12 points, so could have sacrificed it.
And look, Mentor is still a pretty good card, since what's his face? The Henry gets played.
Okay,
so
yeah.
it might still not be the best line. Okay, Fukushin to Emissary, since it's gonna maximize the rain value here. Play lower to the ground. And this is the Henry.
Stefanko doesn't really have any aces up his sleeve in this situation.
The Empire brings progress.
Of course, you can feel generous and give the opponent Anna into imposter into tier. There is still one War of Clans and potential theoretical Harald somewhere there. Morkvark doesn't really. Oh, yeah. Vabjorn was there. Goes for Fulmar.
You just don't deploy. Fulmar's pretty good. It's what, like 13 points in and of itself here. And then potentially a little bit more if you can transform the rain into storm.
It was starting to look like board clog, but while you're playing, well, it will be slightly close to that, but rain will be probably chipping away the sirens spawned by Patricidal Fury, if that's what PepeSmile would have been trying to achieve.
Yeah, worried about the board clog, as you're saying. The Fulmar special spawn is played on the melee row, so it doesn't actually spawn that 2-power siren for one more time since the front row is already full.
Worry not. We'll tend your ankle biters too.
Yeah, also the emissary coming from Fuku. It's funny. There we go, a little bit of storm. Never hurt anyone. Oh wait, that's not how it works.
Tell me what you've got.
Actually hurts everyone involved in that front row formation. And what's the biggest unit now? 12 points still for the mentor. A decently sized Shupe and Nausicaa Sergeant will make like 40 points total.
Yeah, like I'm maybe the best Shupe at this point is just Shupe 3 deal 3. which if you don't hit the Drake Bondu, it'll play for 15 points. Or, I mean, one more time is so far ahead here, we could probably just get some Shupe Mage shenanigans anyways. Okay, just decides to go for the Shupe Knight instead.
Yeah. Not a big difference between 14 and 15, but yeah, would have been nice to see. Shupe. And yeah, it's also a case of the board clock potential that we're witnessing here, but as I expected, there we go, a little bit of rain and a little bit of forfeit.
Yeah, so I guess the Fukusha into Emissary was an attempt to board clog, but unfortunately didn't quite work out there for PepeSmile.
And yeah, one more time is doing the PepeSmiling at the moment after his first win. Deals with Waters with Nilfgaard. Now it's a Jackpot and an Arvichers.
Alright, it is the Jackpot for one more time here on the blue coin. Against the Warriors on bread.
So now you're feeling colder. Waters on the red coin. Let's go.
Yeah. The world is as it should be. Okay, there's the Madden Marquis Serenity. Final draw, and you're gonna see it slammed immediately.
Sleep softly.
Oh, looks like
I know
some
very
light
well why
reading.
you're here.
Well, the raid cards do a lot of damage, but you need to Warlord first, so...
And each turn that you're playing a Warlord, these Slice Darkdras, these Peaches, they're just gonna grow a little bit bigger and get further out of range of your raids. And I think you just slammed the Soul here as well, frankly.
I've no mercy
Or,
for your
okay,
kind.
Philippa because you respect the Drake Bondu. Fair enough.
Have you
And maybe Soul isn't as great here.
have you ever tempo passed after playing only 2 cards?
I mean,
This world only.
I mean, yeah,
I personally have not, but
I'm making a joke, but what is this board state? Yeah,
Yeah.
famous Warriors tempo.
so you know how I said Warriors can struggle with losing on even when they play on blue coin?
Yeah. Well,
That might be the case here, even though they're on red coin now.
The stench of beer.
you just PepeSmile the tempo away, and yeah, this is what's happening. Saying, I'd rather not. Remember all those raids that I just buffed as a carryover? I'd rather not play all of them out, especially with, I don't know, that hand state was a bit questionable. Although, nah, he had a couple of arbitrage targets, so it was playable. Fucking Jackpot? Oh mate, what's not to like? Just play 3 cards and challenge your opponent to play a game of Gwent instead of just, oh, I'll play my slow cards for carry or just slam points. This is what Gwent is all about, right? My cards
My
against your
Ogroid
cards.
brain agrees with you.
Okay, so Savvy Huckster.
No, I'm an entrepreneur.
The bank is full, so there we go. Redanian flying out. still playable cards, like thinners.
Yeah, this is that problem you're actually saying last game, that the abordage is too strong, that it struggles to set up the bloodthirst in its own right.
My collection.
And because you had to use the 2 damage on the raiders to do this, it means that it's possible now for the soul to come down at 8 power. Okay, make that 11 power.
Yeah.
I
The
don't know
Jenga
how you
threat
feel.
check though. Look at the Jenga. Being a happy human among the inhuman warriors.
How else am I to pay my tuition at Oxenford?
And also,
But,
yeah,
one more time has passed the Salamandra Lackey check as well.
both players finding it, but only one becomes a winner of this exchange.
Yeah. And yeah, so now if you want to deal with the soul, you're gonna have to commit your champion's charge. Or Tia. Tia can be used as a reset, even though you'd much prefer to save it for later on. Save it for...
Worry not. We'll tend your ankle biters too.
But yeah, there is the additional raid tempo point slam that we mentioned. Yes, a couple of cards got removed from the board, maybe not the most influential ones. The most important one is still buffing, but yeah, you remove something there, and at the same time just slam 7, 6, 8 points on your side of the board. What's not to like?
King of Beggars coming out already. I worry a little bit about the spending ability in round 3 for this jackpot list with King of Beggars out so early, but that's a worry for later on. Right now it's Seagull's turn to play, able to take out the King of Beggars on the shoot
Sewers remind me of the fjords back
and
home.
get a bit more bloodthirst. Okay, PepeSmile drew into that Champ's charge with an abordage, right? I swear it was not in hand before, or am I going insane?
The first one brought tier in hand, second one, yeah, brought the champion's charge.
There's some really good abordages, damn.
Yeah. Like if you need a get out of jail card, a reset on the insane soul value is up for grabs from abordage, turns out.
Don't get caught. Hit him between the legs.
22 and counting. Of course, a little bit of it was posted on Towel by the Candle, but still, for 7 provisions, yes please. This is the Syndicate experience every new player has to get. Like, counting coins for later. First, just give me a full bank and infinite money glitch.
I don't quite see why Pepe felt the need to kill the poison spender there. There's no way to get a second poison for one more time unless I'm sorely mistaken.
Yeah. Is the category doesn't matter in this list.
Yeah, just trying to go for the value trades here for one more time. And yeah, getting rid of the bloodthirst here. That means that you had to commit a second leader charge, which probably don't mind, because you already have your Tyr and Herald in hand. But this is when it gets dicey for one more time. You can't really commit the Moros or the Yago here. You kind of need the Yago for round 3. You need the Moros to answer the tier or what the tier brings back into hand.
So 7 cards in both decks. Fair enough. I hope we'll see a gold against gold battle here. But a couple of bronzes will be forced to feature as well, because cannot really have a full gold hand when you don't run enough golds for that. Yeah, so Fukusha is added to hand. There is also a royal decree, so Sigeruvin will be coming. Hey, Danny, didn't you ask sometime before? We are Australians. What do you mean? Don't you hear from our very similar accent?
Yeah, we're both true blue Aussies. You can tell from our accents. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, 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 mate.
Oi, oi. Okay, so there is tier. Probably want to answer that, considering there are 3.
Oh.
No.
One more time decides to hope that there's not enough resurrection cards in hand for PepeSmile to
No way.
just
Like,
use more else to kill the resurrected card.
you do see the card count, right?
Yeah.
Bapanada.
Yeah. Look, and just having 1 resurrect onto this Raiders means this tier is 9 plus 8 points. That's 17. That's as good as this 18-point invader, basically. So I think you just... Or was there weren't enough coins, I guess. You would have had to lead a turn 1.
Yeah. I guess we didn't pay enough attention.
Yeah, I guess that was why, but then it's...
We serve her who is virgin.
I was just preoccupied with the Aussie accent and whatnot, so I apologize. I missed that part of the equation. So yeah, if you want to capitalize on your Yago, you kind of need to allow 1 extra tier. Because yeah, it's obvious that you cannot gamble that your opponent didn't find the reses where entire deck has been, almost entire deck has been seen, and 3 of the reses are still unplayed. Warrior points.
And
Exhibit A, B, C.
And this is what just seems to happen with this Jackpot deck so frequently. It runs out of steam so quickly. Like, you play the Madame Marquis Serenity. Cool. You can win round 1. Great. How do you win the next 2 rounds? Because... I know this deck has gone to the finals, but... I really am not convinced by this Syndicate deck that much.
It might be more of a problem with the strategy of passing after you called, but yeah, this time around we've seen that it worked out with Madame. The Saul was preserved, so indeed kinda hard to understand what's not working here. Where are the points? Maybe it crashes against other decks, but not this one. Somebody asked, thank you, Scoop, on YouTube about the borders. There is a video and Reddit post about how to make the borders work. They are from Thronebreaker. You can find the post here, or you can come to Twitch and ! borders. Okay, so Warriors with a victory. And we get the invite for another game.
Same.
So don't ask me, especially if things happened to yesterday. But yeah, I think Syndicate was banned.
Okay. Curve off the cuff here on the blue coin. Kind of missing the mutant. Okay, there is one mutant makers in hand here. Are they going to find a BGF as well to set up their games quite easily? Not quite. I'm going to go for the Nilfgaard. Whenever you see Nilfgaard turn 1 from a Syndicate list, it indicates that they're expecting heavy play to happen in the first 2 rounds of the game. Whether that means they want a hard contest in the round 1 and then push round 2, or they're saying that if you push me round 2, I'm going to have this Nilfgaard to defend. So then if you don't want to face Nilfgaard later, you just give me a long round 3, and, well, you're probably not winning a long round 3 against me anyways. So it'll be interesting to see how One More Time decides to respond. Just setting up these Bronze Witches already. This Griffin Witcher can be quite annoying getting rid of some of these early game tags too.
Didn't go for the offering. Maybe just decided I'll play my own points here. Offering, of course, was available on double tagged the Mutant Maker.
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
Okay, we have all sorts of things happening here. Novigrad clicked.
So 4 tags now for PepeSmile. Note the mutant is Salamandra, but that doubles up on the Mutant's Maker. It's actually, wait, the Mutant's Maker is right next to the mutant. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. It's poetry in the making. So we're taking offering on the fish tech trafficker, removing the blind eye, not expecting maybe a blind eye to come into play, but with double little bird in hand. That might, I don't know, goes for the crown splitter instead. But also
seeing the crown splitter tag should make it pretty clear that there's no access to a BGF.
there is access to Furko, of course, who is a crown splitter as well, but was kind of kept for get out of jail, pulling the strings if necessary. At the moment, point gap is kind of massive. One more time, just making reactionary plays, control ones after establishing, well, 2 engines, but he is making use only of one of them. There is double special that helps Adapt to do some work. But so
That
far,
is so
beautiful assault roll, as you have the Salamandra infestation in the front row there.
How does One More Time catch up if PepeSmile passes here? And is PepeSmile not just happy taking a long round 3?
Gwen Eskel is how many points together? 6, 19. 19 plus 3 makes for 22. He gets there exactly by 1.
Right.
I'm not sure that the math was done. Maybe it was. Maybe we'll see it in action now. No passive points on PepeSmile's side of the board, so should be the answer, since we do see that it is Gwen that was played. I like how it gets played first and then the math's happening. There is also, like, if you're 1 point short, there is a prize in charge, but yeah, it's nice to see for the one more time that it works perfectly well.
I should get you to help me with all my homework.
No, your homework is a bit too much. Like the last math studies that I've done were, what, about 8 years ago probably? So all is forgotten. We see a Silver Witcher. I will keep calling them Silver Witchers. The Witcher trio mulligant once again. Hopefully they are not just landing at the bottom of the deck. So, Cut Up doesn't like the Witchers, deals with it. But Junior, this was a hired attack from the Griffin Witchers, Griffin gang. Like, you kill one of ours, we are coming for ya. So, the boards, the violence on the streets of Novigrad at the moment. Now, I think one more is mostly out of control. Heatwave is there.
Yeah. But on the flip side, with the Horsen used quite early there, this Caldor seems to be able to stick pretty freely. It's going to force out more else, since pulling the strings is nowhere near online right now.
Why don't train on the cone?
There are poisons as well. You can do it slow way.
My fist explores tears.
No purifies in this deck. But some Kelder value is being generated here.
Its sticks spin around and smash you.
A couple of students, 3 in total, and this adept.
I only loot corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
Clears the bank. It's not really
It's a
nice
heck,
when
yeah.
you need to clear the bank by spending your leader charge. But you have KOB that you are saving here
One of the two
for
sides.
the next round for now. So one more time can make what, one more play, and after that he will be probably leaving.
Actually, this Griffin Witcher Adept is worth so many points. I'm a bit surprised that we didn't actually see a Moros after the AA came out.
Okay, yeah, later also points out that the AA will be coming back. And Cohen is once more, like, this deck is actually getting awkward. We've seen the dead AA yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. In the game against Jason. No, not the Jason. The one of the first games that we casted, yeah, so against the Lerio, that's right. So Lerio knows how to spot a break to AA. And yeah, a bunch of neutrals. You also need to find your trio. It's somewhere in the deck. Not exactly clear where.
And surely one more time would draw into the Witcher trio, right?
Well, should be doing so to improve his chances. Okay, not the most impressive still. Do we see the spend? Not necessary in this situation, but might come true because you do like the 2 cards you have left with. You are left with, so yeah. Costs Pepe 1 coin of carryover, but better safe than sorry. So, AA, you must mulligan the coin, and trio just need to avoid double top deck.
Yeah, it's quite important for the Syndicate here to draw into BGF and ideally the Jacques. But if final mulligan is okay, they don't. Okay, they can get the Jacques through the CD room. They just needed really one of them. try to get the Siggy Riven cheap enough, but that heat wave getting rid of the gains is now gonna make life a bit harder.
Line of credit? No need. But would have been funny.
Okay. Is this just a Griffin Witcher high roll from the Kaesarin trying to snipe out the King of Beggars?
Well, doesn't need the mentor. Let's go. Lemon knows.
I'm scared. Yep. Unlucky for the King of Beggars here.
You bloody took long enough.
And expensive Siggy Roof. At least it did have enough coinage. Oh, actually no, it doesn't get the tribute.
He goes for only one pull, yeah.
So
This'll be quick and painful.
Not ideal
This collusion
coin situation.
He venerates not
worse
the
than a
fire.
congregation. This rings is
Happens sometimes.
profitable.
What can you do? Sometimes your plan doesn't work out. You think that you are a mastermind, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. So yeah, coin value. Weirdly buffed Witchers here.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow.
Bapanada.
Witchers OP in the Witchers game. So what else can we desire? We finally balanced the game well enough that Witchers dominate in the tournaments.
So that is now one more time needs to win with the non-Witches deck in the Syndicate Jackpot now. There's 2 more tries to get it through. Going to be playing once against the Pirates Cove and once against the Cursed NR potentially. I want to see another game of the Cursed NR.
Joe, to prevent that from happening, he is very much interested extending it to the final showdown of Syndicate against Syndicate, but for now needs to get his Cursed NR. Your wish is granted. There is the other, but we're already starting, and we're starting slowly as Madame with Royal Decree is in the deck. Is it the recipe for success? Keep your Madame away from your round 1 hand. Don't have a tutor. We'll figure it out.
I would be interested in seeing the stats on that.
How about this one?
Damage by 3. No Witch Hunters. Mutagen. No.
Damage by 4. No Payday. No Open Sesame.
Do you try to save you? Yeah, goes for the positive play, then the negative damage. Would have been happy answering the reinforced ballista, I feel like.
So, and yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that the tax collector is ranged locked, because if we do see the siege coming out here for Pepe to try to win the round 1 with that scenario, well, that's going to be quite a bit of value on that reinforced ballista quite early, but it's actually Raven Kimball
Yeah.
as the high value gold committed to try to win the round 1.
Siege not available, might as well use Ramanen. That kind of showcases the viewers the flexibility of the deck as well. You don't have to just rely on the cheap cards or the siege. You can also commit the other gold card, especially from the red We'll see how good it will be, and it as good as well, requiring more reels here before the snowball happens. Like, Kimbolt is not a card that you answer in 5 turns later. He works once per turn. There is a, well, assembly of cards that can be used to trigger him.
Yeah, so yeah, notably a lack of siege engines in hand means the siege wouldn't be able to proc. But yeah, we see a bunch of golds flying back and forth. Queen Meave able to stick after the Morris's forced out, but one more time he's threatening with their own engine in the form of the Soul. Kungfoorabbit coming out for Pepe, getting a bit of carryover by establishing more leader charges, and one more time decides to play out the Bronze Thinners, get a little bit of consistency established for the deck.
Guy Battles, hungry like a wolf I am.
Time for Queen Meave to pop off. Especially nice after that PFI hits the board. 3 bodies for the Queen Meave to boost up. Gets ahead.
So, a little bit under pressure. The Jackpot is at the moment. There we go. Spender. And a few profit cards.
One man's battlefield is another man's right
available, but it's closing on the Sigeruvin. Turn after turn. It's getting closer. And there is no way PepeSmile is leaving the round. Nif is there, going off in well, now two more turns, and your hand has Radovit's Royal Guard, PFI. What's not to like? Like here we have Saul trying to generate value, and then Meave is just, I'll take it after a couple of turns, more or less the same value. Just spread
Take it anymore.
more between the turns. So yeah, the second PFI swarms the back row. Meave is playing for what, 13?
Paint your likeness for a crown.
Yep. Yeah. Me playing for more than I can count on, I think, both my hands right now. And as long as you can stay ahead, then you're forcing one half of the Caesar Blitzen Siggy combo out, or you force to an uneven.
Oh no, not the being forced to win uneven. Who
Well,
likes
lose
that?
uneven.
Who likes that? No, I don't know. If I can avoid that.
Listen here, Kungfu, you're going to have to win uneven, and you're going to have to like it.
Wait, is it? Okay, we get another tie today. It's a differently seasoned tie, but here it is anyway.
The issue is that pincer maneuver is, you know, pincer maneuver, so they're guaranteed to find anything they need here from their leader. Whereas there are not nearly as many opportunities to draw into what they need here for the Syndicate. They do find the Madame Marquis Serenity. Currently missing the Yargo. There is Decree, there is Yargo in deck still. Finds the Philippa on the final mulligan.
Okay.
But Yargo is still conspicuously missing. And
if only we had 3 mulligans, one more time would have showed you how it's done. He got Marquis and Philippa, but yeah, ran out of mulligans, sadly.
would you say that they needed to mulligan one more time? I'll stop.
It can continue. Nobody in chat complains so far. But yeah, maybe we need to tone it down a little bit.
My lady.
But if you feel like making it that joke one more time, you probably can in a couple of minutes.
Okay. I wonder if we're even gonna play Siege here, because it forces you to play 2 bronzes, and you might be better off just going for your cursed units with the Adam mode instead.
Surely this is not... I guess you still
Put
have
the
another...
botchling back in deck. That seems like a rogue.
Nothing tickles my tits quite like a
Don't
good
worry,
sleep.
stay. Got it?
There is still 1 leader charge, so maybe not. But you kinda need, what? Siege engine?
Tomorrow we sup at home.
Okay, a small Drauk here, no PFI to boost the unit count, but that's nice to have. Leader charges providing you with some volunteers for the experimentation on the battlefield.
I've a great eye for faces.
So,
Not really a worthy Philippa of Revenant for 2 points, unless you also plan to protect it with the coins
I mean,
from the candle.
yeah. If the order's not online, it's good if you can kill off this opposing Redanian Secret Service, but that's going to be eaten up there on the side of PepeSmile.
Yeah.
So final leader charge coming out here. Gonna get a siege engine. Alright, so maybe the botchling was meant to be put back into deck here.
Do not test my patience.
So we get rid of it with 4 damage on it.
You'll suffer the consequences of your
And
foolishness.
travel into the other side. But now damage an enemy unit by 1. How the turntables.
Okay. But Philippa is the lower power unit, and with the reinforced ballista, it sets up a nice opposing kill for these revenants.
Tomorrow we sup at home.
Tada, 20 points once again.
And especially with no Yago, this seems like it's going to just be a little bit too rough.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
And
Caesar
there's even a
plays.
Baron.
Caesar plays for some points, but you have a big problem of lacking the... Oh, I mean, yeah, the leader was used, so PepeSmile has some expectations as well of what's happening.
Okay, not clicking reinforced ballista before the bombardment is a choice.
But the choice PepeSmile is ready to make. Okay, so...
I like holding onto the battering ram here is nice because you're probably resetting the tallest unit with the Baron anyways. Playing Caesar not adjacent to the beggar is also a choice. Look, it doesn't matter since you're not
Madame
touching
has
off it.
profit for.
Oh, okay. I just
So,
am
yeah.
silly.
I checked just in case, but yeah, it was a
Anyway.
choice, and yeah, it was made on purpose. So 2-2, 2-2, chat 2-2.
2-2. Well done to PepeSmile getting the win straight away with the cursed, and the jackpot needs to get a 3rd win now. Yeah. I forget that Madam works with Caesar because I never see them played in the same round.
And here we go. PepeSmile with the Pirate Scope against one more time on a red coin with the jackpot. It's also relevant through the Philippi, I guess, that this time around you're stealing Syndicate cards. Maybe more synergies open up that way. Brickfest. So even if you're finding the Madame, you are not getting a full Madame value.
Together, but don't get used to it.
Okay, so the final game of the final. We have been enjoying Gwent for about, what, 10, 11, 12 hours this weekend, and
Yeah.
this is the this is the one that decides who gets $100 invitation to the next VTA tournament that is happening in January.
Off to a much better start here for PepeSmile. Actually finding the BGF in the first 2 rounds of the game is a marked improvement to the last curve game that we saw. And seeing Reuven turn 1 for one more time. We see that the Madamaki Serenity is missing. So, and there's also no access to the Caesar Blitzen either. So I'm not sure if this is to set up a Philippa, to set up a Soul straight away. I'm very curious how one more time is going to approach this round.
Makes PepeSmile commit Novigrad into this round. Like you don't generally see Reuven just thrown as a yeah, I'll play 3 and pass type of card. So yeah, you expecting big cards to follow, and Novigrad is. It's a commitment, but also not a commitment immediately. Like, you can float the order for the next round, but yeah. Pepe is not playing any games here. Goes for Novigrad and sees that, yeah, the big cards continue. There is Saul now. What was the poison situation? Didn't roll poison from here.
There's one Fistic Trafficker in hand.
So that's
no real access to a... Like, there's no Furco to get another Fistic as well.
so.
But the scary thing is here, though, that you can literally just pulling the strings, the soul right now by using BGF Insanity. So,
yeah, we probably are
I mean, you can even
working
need
towards that. Vice Warren was found. 4. Yoink. Not boosting by 3 or anything crazy at the moment, but what goes around comes around.
okay. But... So... Whilst one more time is spending the more expensive cards for the most part here, PepeSmile did have to commit half their leader, and they're still sort of a bit behind here on blue coin.
Oh, the digits dropped off.
Okay.
Oh, we'll sew them back on.
Gonna go for the mutant makers here. This does get a additional tag, so now we're sitting at 5 tags for PepeSmile, only missing the blind eye game. So this means that if we see a shady vendor trying to hire or pulling the strings, the soul could still be at risk.
And Sal, yeah, just caught in the crosshairs. He was probably happier to just live his life in one place. Maybe get poisoned at some point when he becomes too influential and too big. But at the moment, travels potentially continue. Not guaranteed, of course.
Okay, will it be found? Will we see pulling the
Very well
strings?
be
We
the
will.
death of a
Yes.
lifetime.
There we go. The plot thickens. Will Saul stick to one spot? By the looks of it, yeah, there is no more Philippa and no pulling his strings. He decided, he committed, he is in team PepeSmile.
Premium grade won't find any better.
Yeah. Little Bird would have been amazing here, getting a 6 for 2 spend. But it's just going to be the Sea Jackal playing as the slightly more efficient spender here. And also note that because the Soul was played back row on One More Time's side, after the seizing it is to the right of the Novigrad, so the Novigrad gains the coin before the Soul checks its hold condition. This allows PepeSmile to spend a little bit more than they otherwise could have, because they get the coin back before from the Novigrad before checking the hold 6 for the Soul.
I think you dropped unconditional 5 provision and slave in your message, Schuster Kid. You are not really Reddit material yet. You need to refine your comments to be accepted there. But yeah, pretty nice C's in the end.
And yeah, you note that even though there is no access to the Caesar Blitzen, One More Time is still playing all these profit units together in a nice pocket. This means that PepeSmile has to play around the threat of the Caesar Blitz, and they don't know if it's in hand or not. And this is why we see a bank into Furco, into another pulling the strings. But this time it's carryover. The Flying Redanian is now on the side of
Yeah.
PepeSmile.
This is a daylight robbery. Where is the Novigrad Paliso? Anyone? Just checking what's happening? Is it just crime gangs?
Oh. Yeah. I mean, neither player decided to put the Oxenfurt Guard into their deck, so I guess this lawless behavior, it's all fair game. Okay, so Madamaki Serenity still hasn't been played. I wonder how much that is weighing on the mind of PepeSmile here. Are you scared enough of the Madam to try to bleed her out? Are you happy to just take it into a long round where you have an easier time establishing your Sigi Mastermind and your collusion?
Yeah, it's a big engine to play against. You have Junior to answer some of the things there. Especially if Madame is not played on the full bank. Madame is not bricked at the moment. There is the second Peaches in deck.
Girls been caught wearing fake jewelry, have they?
Kinda should feel bad to play Madame in response to the Little Bird though. But that's the everlasting Gwent balance of like, do I hold my engine for one more turn and then one more turn? But yeah, at the moment there are tax collectors and Peaches from hand.
Yeah. If the rest of the hand was a bit better, I think you'd feel a bit safer holding the Madam, but One More Time still decides to hold on to the Madam, starts the round off a bit slower.
I guess he doesn't really need to go to the extremes of like thinning his deck. Yago is in hand this time around, so maybe that's also a consideration. First of all, yeah. Opponent didn't play any tempo as of now, and second, I think I got my Yago, so maybe I'll keep the cards in deck for now. So this is the second Little Bird.
The king don't know what
You got a sea beast swimming in them breeches.
So Blind Eye and Salamander are the tags on the Little Birds right now. So you do have Firesworn on the Jacques in hand, but often you might prefer saving that for the round 3. But the longer we don't see Madamaki's Serenity,
Two things are certain.
it's more likely that PepeSmile is going to want to push all in, go for the City Mastermind.
Yeah, maybe that's the trap. One more time is set in.
Maybe.
But then you're playing Madame Marquis Serenity as an engine, so you don't really achieve anything.
Yeah.
I totally got ya.
Be gone!
Okay, it's time to roll out your engines.
Consider this my tip.
At least getting the Side Seductress down before the Siggy Mastermind means that we'll get a boost for each card that the Siggy plays.
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
This is a, what, like, 1 cost Siggy Reuven tribute? And yeah, into the Horson Junior, you'll be able to, say, kill off the Slice Seductress if you play the Horson first from the Siggy.
Man, those spans insane.
Save your praise for others. I couldn't give a shit. Only one of us will still stand by the
And
end
yeah,
of the day.
this is what I meant. Madame on full bank at least boosts herself out of the junior range. So it requires an additional spend setup. Costs Pepe money, so Mariels is not active. You'd really want to play Collusion into this round though, because Collusion is not a short round material, especially with the cards already spent here.
Corporations are people
I think-
too.
Yeah, I mean, you play the Collusion, do you also commit the Morels? Because there's not much left for PepeSmile in a short round 3. There's also not really that much left either for One More Time. But One More Time has a bit more in terms of like leader remaining.
Well, he probably
yeah,
will have to spend the leader
True.
to catch up, so is it just Collusion and see from there?
Yeah, I mean, and each turn that you're spending on these little birds, you're getting so much value.
Oh, he actually goes for the kill from the Collusion as well.
Such a good play.
Yeah, not leaving anything for a chance. That's cute. Okay, would have preferred
And,
this to be a 7 power, but shouldn't be a big difference.
Yeah. PepeSmile's doing such a good job here. As you saw, got everything down to 5, so the Collusion guarantee to kill onto some engine. Using the Insanity on the BGF to play around the Morals Toll Punish to minimize the value that the opponent that One More Time can get from the Morals, which we will see now. I suppose you still pay the tribute because you want to get the King of Beggars out, get that refund through. But you're paying 6 coins to only deal 4 more damage, and that's not the best way to spend your coins.
Okay, so 30 something point gap. No money for Mariels, but as you mentioned, he probably doesn't find more than 8 point value in the next round. 4 plus 4 damage. Anyway, so do we just go for the kill?
At this point, you could be trying to do some quick maths, decide whether you would have the duo, the Viago, and who knows what you'd expect the other card to be.
Wait,
here.
what was that?
Let's go for the kill.
Yeah.
That was the Slice Seductress, I think.
I guess it doesn't matter, as you expect the money will be spent. So that the peaches are not buffing the second time. Anyway, so it's 5 against 5. A big Yago play, almost full bank. Was there. Nice to have a spender to spend the second portion of the income, but
GG's. You got another tie Kung Fu, but this time the tie managed to end the game.
how many ties can you fit into one game? Oh, one match. GG's. Okay. So, how did you enjoy this series?
That was some great Gwent. I loved the decks. Some great plays. I thought PepeSmile did amazing in that round 2 bleed at the end. So many little plays there. And every single one of those points ended up mattering, like we saw at the very end. Photo finish.
Yep. Okay, so congrats to PepeSmile then. Let me update the score. And one more time, fought valiantly, fought with Witchers. Jackpot getting destroyed is, somewhat of a summary of how it went. See, we'll have another winner takes all, and featuring, I'm looking at the list, and I see Lemon featured there. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. We have Mayamon, Lemon, Cintrian, Arctic Foxy, and more people will be invited. So for now, let's once again congratulate PepeSmile. Also might update this screen. So 3-2. Well played. Interesting weekend of Gwent. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. Надеюсь, всем понравилось. Интересные матчи. Много необычных колод. So yeah, that's what we wanted. Witchers present, different syndicates. Jackpot wasn't really but shining, but it got to the final, so it's something. PepeSmile comes mentored me how to jam cards. Well done, Pepe. Well done.